playing something like that.
It was a great opportunity today to talk about the Mk1 Tone Bender. I've got this pedal, it's never really been played. I bought it as well, it was a pure indulgence, but I'd never owned one and I wanted one all my life. And I got this opportunity to get it, so I got it. But we've never really sat down and played it and let the world hear what it sounds like. So I figured today, with Barrie around, it might be a good opportunity to do that. So I suppose, as far as London music shops are concerned, we've been there pretty much from the beginning. My dad and my uncle got their first shop in the early 60s after my uncle had been working as sales manager at Tom Jennings' shop in Charing Cross Road. People called it the Vox shop, and that's where he sold stuff to the Beatles and the Stones and the Shadows and anyone who was anyone really. Once he got a shop with my dad and they opened their own store, the guys from Vox came to him with this idea for this dirty sounding guitar sound, which Tom Jennings had no interest in. So they didn't pinch it, Tom wasn't interested. And so Larry and my dad said, we can do something with that. We can take this pedal and offer it to people. We're sure people are going to buy it, and sure as hell they did. It went out to the right players because everyone was kind of frequenting the West End at that point. They'd come into town and they'd go to Carnaby Street, get their check pants, a bit like these, and then they'd go to the West End and check out what was going on, if there were any funky guitars, and I suppose if there was any innovations, and the Fuzz box was a big one. So it's and it just transformed the way people played and the way people thought about things, and it changed the way music was made. It's something I'm incredibly lucky to have this amazing legacy of, and so it's really great to still be making them, and it's great that people still want them. So it's a lot of fun. So today we thought it would be a great opportunity to play my old original 1965 Tonebender, which has never really been put through its paces. And so, it's a great day. And it's just brilliant to be doing it with Barrie here. And the real thing, which was one of the 12 that was given away in 1965 in a competition in beat instrumental. So in this competition, you had to put all the parts of satisfaction, the most important parts. I think they gave you things like, was it mixed vocal? Was it the fuzz sound? Was it Keith's guitar lick? What was it that was the most important thing? You put them in order, 1 to 10, and if you got it right, you got the chance to win a Tonebender. Your name came out of a hat. And I got this off one of the winners of the competition, so it came right from the guy. His name was there, printed in black and white, in beat instrumental. And he was in a band in Scotland when he was 14 years old when he got this, and he's had it ever since, and until I got it back. So it's my one of my most prized possessions. And so I guess we should plug it in and check it out for proper. Yeah.
Okay, guitar-wise, we have a 1956 Fender Esquire, which is basically the same as the Telecaster, but only with a bridge pickup. So single pickup guitar, and it's pretty similar, I believe, to what Jeff Beck was using in the Yardbirds at the time. When he was using the Tonebender. Also, other players of note used them, like Luther Perkins, Johnny Cash. He's probably another famous guy who played an Esquire. Okay. sound, right? So, do you want to step on it?
Shall I step
Go
on
on.
it?
So,
I mean, can you imagine what that was like if you'd never heard that
it's
before?
good now, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you walked into this music shop and they said, try this out, and you go, bling, bling, ah! Must have been amazing. Must have been amazing. Cool pedal.
Should I put it again?
Yeah.
So trying to think of some things that, like Yardbirds things. What about is, I don't know, you might know. What about I Can Only Give You Everything by them? You know.
Oh, God,
Is that
yeah.
the sort of-
Wouldn't have been the same.
Just 3-note riff is instantly massive, you know. It's interesting what it did to those simple, what those simple riffs did with this sound.
And even
you know.
there, listen to that, I sort of want to go. You know,
Yeah,
so
that's an effect,
this
isn't it?
was how headbanging started, you know. A few years later, people were knocking hell out of themselves when they were listening to rock music. This was the beginning. It really was. I mean, I don't want to make too big a thing of it, but it really did change how people played and music. You know, it has this incredible knock-on effect to people and what they do and how they think and how they behave. Well, it certainly had a huge, effect on how I behaved as I grew up. You know, I grew up listening to punk rock. God, that changed how people behaved. But at this point, it was probably one of the biggest changes in music ever.
So I'm not a massive pedal fan really, but I like these because the sounds are raw and they're sort of exciting. And for years I sort of avoided using pedals, and then when I started making records that used some effects, I started using them, but very primitive stuff like fuzz or like a slapback echo or something.
Yeah.
But with this, you still feel like it's part of an organic chain, really. You know, it doesn't feel super processed. Although I like some music with a lot of effects in it, it's just not what I do, you know.
So this is our current model of a Mark 1. Well, one of four. We made 4 versions. But this one is a replica of my own prized Mark 1 that we were just listening to. And yeah, this is actually the prototype. We made 50 of them, but this one's made by a guy called David Main. He's possibly the best builder of this, of fuzz, maybe in the world. Who knows? It's not a cheap pedal. It's been made to ridiculously high standards. Basically, because I'm a mad person, and I just wanted to make this crazy
he's
good
made
pedal.
them right as well.
Yeah, they're right. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, I'll tell you what's right. I mean, who would do this? So every metal company I went to, when they pressed the feet out, they were just slightly wrong, the wrong shape. So I had a press built to press them out the right shape. You know, it cost a lot of money, but
I think
I
that's
just wanted
all
it to be
I think
right.
that's all right. It's got to be right. Oops.
Putting the paint on, this isn't sprayed or painted on. This is put on with a sponge by hand. This hammerite.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not. It's not the actions of a normal person. But I tell you, to be honest, what it is it's not sad. When people copy our products, I take it's a huge compliment. But some people take things a bit too far. They use our trademarks. They pass themselves off as us. They're just, it's not right. So I just wanted to make a pedal that was so good that it couldn't be confused with a cheaper copy.
Right. Oh, it's on. Okay.
Bit mad.
Bit different,
yeah.
isn't it?
Well, most people who would make a new pedal would make it without those mad little crazy bits. I mean, it's almost psychedelic.
Yeah, you need that though.
So inside here, this is our version made by Stu Castledine, is the very earliest circuit we could find of a Tonebender. So the first time anyone ever heard a Tonebender fuzz, this should be what they heard. This could be fun. We'll plug this in.
Right, okay. Alrighty.
Definitely darker.
Yeah. Quite cool when you back it up.
So we made this enclosure. This never really went into production. It was used as sort of prototypes, and they made Mark II circuits in it. But also, this one has a 1.5 circuit in it, which is a 2-transistor circuit. And this one has the Rangemaster name on it. So we made it for Dallas, who owned the trademark Rangemaster. That became Dallas Arbiter. And this circuit is what they used in the Dallas Arbiter fuzz face, which of course famously is Hendrix's fuzz. So in a funny kind of way, what I'm holding is the prototype of Jimi Hendrix's fuzz pedal, which is pretty damn cool. So there you have my second most prized possession. It's under there.
Oh, input there. Yeah, because fuzz face.
Other way around.
Yeah, on the wrong side, aren't they? That's one thing I'll be carried on doing.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, it's gone off. I like it.
So this is the Steve Williams Mark 1. So I think this, the way I think of it is that it nails the sort of David Bowie, Mick Ronson type guitar sound. It's very thick, it's very fat, it's incredibly responsive with this hideous, rebellious edge. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful pedal. Should we check this out?
Yeah. I'm just going to plug this.
Aha.
See what this does. Yeah, it's a nice guitar. This is a 1959 Gibson Les Paul Standard. I can't tell you the exact story in detail, but it's most likely one of the first Sunburst Les Pauls to be exported out the US to be sold in the UK.
Wow.
And it was ended up in McCormack's, which is a famous shop in Glasgow.
Yeah.
It's gone now. I remember going in there. I used to buy stuff out there.
Really?
Just little bits of spares and stuff. When I
think
was
they were there before us.
And
That's saying something.
it's only had 2 owners since new, but everything on it is original apart from the frets and a new nut, which
Oh, what a beautiful thing.
and it's a pretty incredible thing. It's really beautiful. Let's see what it does. So.
This is the Ian Sherwin one, and this has just got a slightly more modern take on the circuit. I think this is the most probably instantly usable of the Mark ones we make. Looks really cool as well. I love that little font. So at the time, they were just obviously experimenting with different letter sets and different bits of font. So I don't think there are any more. These
So
are
they
the
were all
four.
put on by hand originally. Then?
Yeah. So my cousin Rosita is a bit older than me. I'm sure she won't mind me saying that. But so she was around kicking about that scene, which must have been amazing. So she was there when all these guys came. So she remembers the Beatles in the shop. She remembers Hendrix in the shop. It must have been. See, it doesn't matter what I do. So I run Macari's, but it doesn't matter who I sell to. I can sell to the biggest band. It doesn't matter. My dad sold stuff to Hendrix and the Stones and the Beatles. I'll never compete.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Well, just amazing. I've heard my Tone Benders properly, and just thanks so much for coming down
No,
and
thanks for having us, man.
being
Pleasure.
here at Tone
Absolute
Bender
pleasure.
Central. Yeah, very cool. Well, how cool is that?
All right, show plays on you.